we are here at the entrance of a cave in Bao. It's situated in the southwestern part of Sarawak in Borneo. And this entrance of a cave means that we are in a limestone cliff complex, and this cave is totally overshaded by these roofs with stalactites, and we can see that on the stalactites there are many ferns and begonia growing because it's always humid. And here there are of course many different kind of plants, many which are very tiny like the algae, blue as well as green algae, some little mosses of course covering and really fixing the thin soil on the surface of the limestone rock. And we can see that there are many different plants, vascular plants, I mean all the groups of ferns and monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Among the dicotyledons, the Gesneriaceae are very well represented, because here, for instance, we can see one of the species which is a little bit shrubby and in full bloom, and we can see when we look all along the stems that it is flowering almost all the year long. And we see that the fruits are little capsular fruits, so it means it's a group of Boea. And also in the Gesneriaceae we can see the very strange Monophyllaea, which has only one leaf during all the life cycle. And when I look at the structure of the inflorescence of the single leaf, I see that there are at least here 3 different species of Monophyllaea. So it's very rich in this group of Gesneriaceae. There are also many plants of the nettle family, Urticaceae, but which have no stinging hairs at all. I mean mostly species of Elatostema and Pilea, which are so often growing like this on vertical cliffs. And among monocots, of course, the Araceae, Aroid family, is very well represented. We see, for instance, here near my feet, a Schismatoglottis. We see here with smaller and very shiny leaves, it's a small Homalomena species. We can see, of course, many ferns and fern allies. Among the fern allies, we can see Selaginella, for instance, this Selaginella here. And I have seen another species of Selaginella, which is totally green iridescent, and I didn't know many iridescent plants among hepatics, among begonias, among different group of species, but it's the first time I see a Selaginella with green iridescent leaves. And among the ferns, of course, many other, among the true ferns, many different species. Among the Tectaria, for instance, it seems to be genus Tectaria. There are, of course, some Nephrolepis species and many different species of ferns. And this habitat is very special because even during the dry season, of course, in Borneo, the dry season is not very strong, but there is a dry season. And due to the limestone concretions, you have always water dripping between the small holes and all the cracks of the limestone. So it means that even during the dry season, there is still water dripping, and the plants can grow almost all the year long. And this is very important because in this case, the plants keep their leaves all the year long, so they have a very perfect disposition of the leaves because they have a very low light amount, so they have to catch in the best way this low light amount. So you can see that all the leaves are totally separated from each other to catch the maximum of light. So there is no competition at all among these plants because we see that there are many different species growing together, and they are always renovating the new leaves as soon as some old leaves disappear. So they have new leaves, but the plants keep about the same size, and there is no competition between them. Contrary to some, just if we go 5 meters from here in the full light, there is a strong competition between the species, and we have a very low biodiversity because when you have competition, you reduce the number of species. Here, you have no competition, and we can see a very high level of biodiversity. So these limestone cliffs are always vertical environments, perfect for the plants and so rich. And and I know I have still to see many things and I have to go now, but I know I shall not see everything because it's always the marvelous problem of being a botanist. I mean that you have to come many times again and again to try to see the most things that the Mother Nature can give us. So I continue a little bit to try to see some other plants.
C'est quoi, hein? C'est où?
Ça, c'est Monophyllaea Singularis, cet énorme Monophyllaea qui a, au lieu d'avoir les fleurs qui sortent juste à la jonction là au niveau du philomorphe, de cette chose qui ressemble à une feuille, juste à la jonction du limbe et du pseudopétiole, en fait, les fleurs apparaissent tout le long de ce pseudopétiole. La feuille est immortelle, on la voit qui se nécrose par l'extrémité, qui fane, et elle continue à pousser par la base. Et donc elle vit de nombreuses années, on ne sait pas exactement combien, mais on sait qu'elle vit très longtemps. This one is incredible. Look where are coming the flowers. Look with me. It's incredible, this species. Look, Carol. All the flowers are coming along the stem.
Yeah.
It's totally different. Huge leaf, you see, it's a very big species. So there are 3 different species of Monophyllaea, and this one is incredible. Only in this area in the world you have this kind of Monophyllaea with the flowers coming all along the stem like this. Tiny flowers, not beautiful, but so interesting to see that one species can have a stem with flowers at the top, and this one only here.
Big from the leaf.
Yes, and you see the leaf dies at the end, and it's growing again and again from here. So it dies year after year, like this, but growing again here. You see? Always you see, this is young. You see the green is not the same, but you see it's perfect. And all this part is decaying.
Yeah.
So it's incredible, the plant which has the same leaf all the life long, and the leaf is growing again and again.
Living.
Yes, immortal living.
Immortal living, yes.
As soon as somebody doesn't destroy the place.
Yes.
It's always a danger because it's very fragile, you see. So if somebody takes out or if something is destroyed around here,
Gone.
it